I promise we're headed to the basement today. But first, I have these pine cones that I have collected, and I made sure that they were beautiful in every way. I want to make a wreath. I'm hoping to play outside in the morning tomorrow before it hits 95, which is the, oh my goodness, heat advisory for Maine temperature tomorrow. But in the morning I could do some gardening, and then in the afternoon it would be great to do some gardening crafts. I'm going to do just showing ways that we can make our yard beautiful without spending money or much money. So we're going to bleach these for 24 hours. I'm going to do half water, half bleach. I'm going to cover it. Oh, I meant to bring out a piece of wood from the basement. Well, I'll bring that up at the end. Cover it and then let it soak for 24 hours, and then hopefully they'll be ready to dry and then to use on wreaths, and you can paint them or use them in their natural color. So we're going to do half water, half bleach. I'm going to put there's a bee like, or a horsefly or something. I'm going to do the first half water and then add the bleach. So we'll just fill that with water. I've got pitch all over my hands. Not my favorite. That's okay. It'll be worth it in the end. And if I like it, I'll keep doing more, because Lord knows we got a bazillion pine cones. Since I'm going to be covering this to keep the pine cones from floating, but I have a lot of pine cones in there, is to fill it all of the way. And, you know, go to the Dollar Tree, Dollar General. If you don't have bleach in the house, you know, get it cheap, because it doesn't matter. Okay, maybe it won't be filled all the way. I might have to put more water in there. Whoa, using a whole bottle of bleach. Okay. It's okay to add more water, because some people say 80-20 with 20% bleach. Some people say 75-25, and some people say 50-50. So I decided to do the 50-50. But you see how the pine cones are floating. So if I fill it to the tippity top and then put a piece of wood on, that will push these down. All right, now let's head to the basement. So the reason I'm in the basement is with, again, I keep saying, my daughter moving to North Carolina. We cleaned out her room. And whenever I get through these hectic times and I'm just trying to clean something out fast, I'll say to my husband, hey, could you take care, put this in the basement, and then I'll deal with it later. I know, it's my toxic trait, but I'm taking care of it. That's the important thing. So today, it's later. So what have you put off? Do you have a I'll take care of it later project you could do along with me? Let's do it together. Here we are in the basement. You guys are 100% my motivation. Thank you so much for being here with me, because this is one of those days. I'm actually fighting a sore throat. And I felt kind of just, I know in the South they call it puny. Here in the North we call it grippy, when you just kind of achy and feeling kind of yucky. So I can still do it. I'm not going to do more than an hour. But as I've proven before, you can get a lot done in an hour. So you are totally my motivation. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. I totally would not be down here without you. We'll start easy though, because this is crease stuff right here. So, you know, those two probably need a label, and I need to check these and see. Yep, that's hers. So that must be hers too. The problem is I don't really have room on this shelf, so we're just going to do the best we can. And if I have to use this space, I definitely will. It's just kind of showing we need to do more decluttering. And it will give me incentive to get the photos done, because then this shelf right here could definitely leave, because all we have is there's some homeschool stuff, and that's like pictures, frames, you know, so it's just not a big deal. It's mostly photos. And I do know it fits perfectly right here. So that will happen unless some of this gets decluttered, but this all belongs to my kids. None of this is mine. And then over here is stuff for when the grandkids come. And in another month, they're only going to be living 4 hours from me. So hopefully they'll be coming more often. I'm just so excited. I cannot stand it. I'm going to take down this. And shocker of shockers, actually Yvonne's been asking for this, so I'm going to ask her if she wants it in her room. And then this was containers for the pantry. And I was going to do, you know, we've talked about whether you decant, whether you don't decant. I'm not much of a decanter. I have some things like holders for granola bars, but I don't decant everything. Oh my goodness, really? Plus, let's say you put the cereal in and they use like all but this much of it. So I'm not going to put more cereal on it, and then I have a box and this much in a container, or I got to dump the container out, put the new stuff in, put the old stuff on top. Lordy, I don't have the patience for that. And whenever you see these decanting videos, they're putting it in an empty container. It's like, really? Because it always works out perfectly for you? You know, it just doesn't seem... So anyways, I was going to do a decanting video just to do a video. Like, this is what it would be like. And that's why I was keeping it. But you know what? I have content for days that is actually realistic to my life. But I thought it might help some people who like to decant. But I think I'm just going to donate all of this. I don't need it. And honestly... to say that I don't want to manage so many things in my life is an understatement. I'm just over it. I want a clean, simple house because, you know, I'd rather be gardening than decluttering. You know, wouldn't you? Working on my hobbies, you know, painting rocks. I'd rather paint rocks. This stuff had a season. The season is up. I'm not going to mourn the loss of the funds. I'm just going to bless someone. Can you imagine how blessed somebody who loves to decant will be when they see this at the Goodwill? All right, now this. Oh, okay. This is an art piece somebody made for us. Need to talk to my husband about it again. The church he pastored gave this to him as a gift. I've run into this in like 5 decluttering videos. This needs to be put aside. I'm looking for the cup that goes with this. I haven't been able to find it. This is framed art, is what it says. Oh yeah, that's right. Oh dear. Oh my. Okay, pull it down. I'll pull it down. Ugh. It's on the floor. There's also a family Bible in there. Okay, now look at that. 2 shelves right there. Boom, boom. This can come off. This is like scrap wood. Whoa. These shelves are filthy, so I'm going to go get a microfiber cloth so I can just dust it quick first. One of the things we talked about, what is this? Apple cider scent. Woo, it's from last fall. One of the things we talked about before she left, and I didn't even bring it up to her, she brought it up to me because my daughter Rachel, who's 26, brought it up to her, you know, of just telling her a lot of this stuff that you're saving that we packed in those boxes, you're not going to want, you know, and I talked to her about it because we kind of, I didn't say, so we had one pile of stuff that she was getting rid of right away. And then we had another pile that for me was a wait and see pile. For her, it was a ship this to me pile. But she even told me what Rachel said, and she goes, I know that's true, and a lot of this stuff I'll probably end up just replacing, you know, and because it costs money, obviously, to ship it. So, you know, but what I told her, I'm like, you know, this isn't a decision for today. I mean, we had literally her whole life out on the floor. Talk about overwhelming. She's trying to move by airplane, okay? Again, overwhelming. And so I was like, this has to be done with grace. By the way, I'm going to put the see-through boxes up here because you can see through them. And the ones that aren't see-through, I'll put down here. You know, maybe at some point I'll replace them, but I don't think I will because, again, I don't think we're going to be keeping it forever. So I felt like she was dealing with enough, and she was decluttering so much. Talk about decision fatigue. Because she worked up until the week she left. You know, she had 6 days off. And, but, you know, in that 6 days, she's spending time with us, you know, and Yvonne she is, you know, loves her family to bits and pieces. So Yvonne obviously wanted to spend a lot of one-on-one time with her. And, you know, there's really always more to do than just pack. And also, it's just overwhelming. It's just you've never done that level of a declutter before. And I know because she is not my first child. She is number 5 of 7, you know. I've seen this definitely with my boys. Even I have one son who is more of someone to keep and not declutter. And even him, he shocked me. It was when he moved to Illinois. I could not believe what he got rid of. Okay, I need to find labels. So what I'm trying to say is this isn't my first time, and I know that probably most of this is going to go. I could see her wanting Squishmallows short term, but I don't see that in the long term. Okay, but there needs to be grace. And if I get my wish and my prayer is that at least within a year of now, I would be so happy if we were scaling down house-wise. So happy. But I don't know what God's plan is. I could be here till I'm dead. Who knows? I could be here another 30 years. But if I do get my wish, then okay. I'll be taking pictures of all this. And I probably, well, when she comes home for Christmas, we'll pull it all out and I'll be like, okay, you've been in North Carolina for a few months. What stuff do you want to keep? But, you know, if the time were to come and we were selling and leaving and downsizing and not having storage, then that would be definitely a conversation she would have with me and others would have with me on what's your plan? What stuff are you keeping and where's it going to go if you're keeping it, right? So that's just the reality when you have kids. I do not mind using shelf space for my kids who have moved. I do not mind them taking time, as long as they've looked at it. If they haven't even looked at it and they want to box it up, that I have a problem with. She literally touched every single thing. So I don't have a problem with that. Oh, lost my glasses. Oh, they're in my pocket. These side pockets I love, but I lose things. All right, got my labels. And Crecia. That's what we're putting on this. It looks like it's predominantly clothes. I'll put clothes. She has got a lot of clothes. And, you know, I think that might bring down, when she comes home for Christmas, she could end up grabbing more winter clothes, I think, for sure. We weren't too worried about winter clothes right now. She has some because she runs cold, so it wouldn't be unusual for her to need sweatshirts. All right. Even like air conditioning can be too much for her. So this is clothes. These were a lot of jeans too. So Crecia clothes. And how much you want to bet? Crecia clothes. Nope. This is, I'm going to call this memorabilia because it's like stuff I gave her. It's her Build-A-Bear. That kind of thing, gifts that people have given her that she couldn't take with her, that kind of stuff. I could see her definitely keeping some, if not all. Ooh, that's a little heavier. Gotta put it lower. So this one is clothes. This is memorabilia. So thank God for these pantry labels. Crecia clothes. Crecia memorabilia. Memorabilia. There's a good hangman word, right? Memorabilia. It's nice and long. All right. That's not, actually I did have room, didn't I? Huh. Oh, I know. We decluttered one box. Then my box of artwork is now been relegated to the floor. I'll have to go through that yet again. That's a hard one for me because some of it's pictures. I don't think I'm going to get to that today. That feels like it should be with the photo declutter. Yeah, I know. I got to get back to it. You might remember I recently decluttered the dining room and I had to declutter like all the school stuff. And So that stuff, the stuff that I kept because it needed to come down here and to go with its, you know, category, I need to clean those things out. Those just came down here and got set down because things were just too busy, so that's where we're headed next. This is like decor, and then this one is just a few homeschool items that I need to keep for transcripts, or like there was a calculator I kept. Okay, here is my homeschool area. So the calculator is going to go in this top one. And then the stuff I need to consider for transcripts, I'm going to see if I can possibly fit it in here. Nope, that is so full. All right. And that explains why I had things on the top here. But I think I could probably, this one's kind of thick. Yep, that fits just barely. So then I just have a few things here. All right, and then this is great for the closet up in my room to go on top. So I am going to bring that up for that purpose. After this, you might remember that one of the reasons I was coming to the basement was to declutter bedding. And I'm not forgetting, I'm definitely doing that after I clean out that one more box that I showed you, which is predominantly decor, but it does have a few things that need to be put. Well, no, it's decor. Okay, so we're going to do the decor box next. Promise me you'll ignore that. Okay, this is from my dining room side hutch. Side hutch. Woo! Say that 10 times fast. So I have my lemon placemats and table runner that we just were not putting back on the table. So rather than get annoyed that it doesn't get put back on the table, I'm just going to put it away and just go, okay, we're going to consider whether this should be decluttered next year, but I'm going to wait and see on it and put it in here. And then I also have this plate, which I think I'm just going to tuck here with my other plates and, you know, bulky decor. These are gorgeous. And I want these in my winter decor. So where is that? Fall, spring, summer. Where is it? Maybe it's with DVDs, vases. I thought I had one. Oh, here it is. Oh my, I'm gone blind. This is winter and Valentine's Day. So I want it with decor and not with Christmas because I don't want to pull it out late. All right, and then what I have left is these cookie cutters, and 99.9% of them are Christmas with Valentine in there. I don't know if they'll fit in here. If not, I'll have to put them with Christmas stuff. Come on, baby. Yeah, I think I can push this down. I think I can do it. Yeah, I can. All right, there we go. This will also go up on the closet because they fit just like this. All right. Now my long table is upstairs because we're going to be doing plants. Maybe I'll use my freezer. That's what I'll do. Okay, it's break time. Yvonne is asking me to help her with lunch, so I'm going to go do that quick before I leave to bring Rachel to the library. I'll see you in a little bit. All right, this goes in the fridge. This is reality here. And then, hey, this is supposed to be a jar and it's not. Okay, we'll put that here, even though I'm getting rid of it. And this goes with Goodwill. You know, a couple things I'm thinking of as I'm moving things around. This is for cat box. Is when you feel tired or you don't feel good, but you want to get stuff done, my advice, besides taking many breaks, don't go fast to get it over with. actually slow down. I find if I go slow, I have more overall stamina. So slow way down and then take breaks. And don't forget the Pomodoro method. You know, when I do the 20-20-20, if I would add in, you know, the fact that I do the break after each 20 minutes, that would be the Pomodoro method. The Pomodoro method is great. I've been thinking about that again. I watched a video on it and I was like, oh yeah. Okay, wow, was that dirty. Plus my all-purpose cleaner here is about empty. Look at that. All right, so I'm bringing all the bedding over here. And then there was one comforter, the one that got ruined in our wash when we had dirt in the water because we had a main break for our water system. I am definitely going to get rid of that. I'm not going to try to clean it. Yeah, and remember when you're getting rid of blankets, homeless shelters oftentimes can use blankets, or safe shelters for women or women who've been trafficked. You know, you could even check into, there are organizations who collect things for foster care, and then of course animal shelters. So there's always someone who can use blankets when they're in good condition, you know, when they still have life left in them. It's interesting, as I was doing this, I was just thinking I could end up needing 2 queen size bedding sets if I happen to have 2 of my married sons home. I hadn't thought about that. But what I usually do is when something like that happens, I wait until it happens to actually purchase. Okay, so I happen to know that I need any sheets or pillowcases. So I think I'll go after those first. Also, I have a queen comforter up in my bedroom because I washed it and then I went to bring it down and I realized it wasn't dry, so I dried it again. All right, so I'm going to do one that is just sheets and pillowcases. I kind of feel like I need new of these plastic. I don't mind storing these things down here. We don't have a moisture problem. Our basement is extremely dry. All right, so what I say? Immediately, the sheets and pillowcases can go right back. But I want a smaller one. I don't need these huge ones, or are they all huge? I think this is the smallest one. I always freshen these, either if I know I smell them, and I'll either put them in the dryer with the dryer sheet and freshen them up that way. I can hang them outside, or if they are really, you know, if they do have any type of basementy smell, or sometimes they'll get a smell like if you buy them at Goodwill, if you know what I mean, then I will definitely rewash, and then I always wash them before I pack them away. This is the comforter I have upstairs. They actually still have this. Where was I? Target. And I saw it. And I was like, oh my God. Actually, I saw it in North Carolina. All right. So here's another pillowcase. I keep all of these. I'm always needing pillowcases. Also, my grandson Nolan, I have Paw Patrol for him. I have Minnie Mouse for Eloa. And I have Joanne as a baby, so I do have stuff there. I didn't disturb that. No, I am keeping it. Although Nolan's getting really into hockey now. I do like to spoil them. Like, Chloe, she didn't really have an interest. I mean, she liked Minnie Mouse, but she watched whatever that show is on Disney Channel that has Minnie Mouse and Mickey in it. Clubhouse, Mickey's Clubhouse. So she liked it, but when they establish a real interest, like Nolan was obsessed with Paw Patrol, I definitely will get them what has to do with that. Okay, somebody made these for the girls when we first came, but this is lightweight and small, more like a lap blanket, so I'm going to get rid of that. This one is, see, if they're just a lap blanket, I'm not going to keep them. This is also a lap blanket. We have lap blankets up in the living room. This one I felt like has seen better days. So these three right off the bat. So this is just a tall kitchen bag. Okay, here's a good bag, better bag. Wait, is that not big? That's more like a kitchen bag too. All right, let me go get the real thing. These are the real trash bags. You know, I was saying I'd rather, just a minute ago, wasn't I saying I'd rather garden than declutter it? That is true, but I actually do enjoy decluttering. This one I'm going to keep because this would be great on a couch or as a warmer blanket. And then she has this Christmas one, which she didn't choose to keep. And I think I'm going to keep that too because I might swap out one of my the ones in my living room because Edie, who is in the comments, hi Edie, she gave me a blue blanket so soft that has snowflakes, so we need to have the snowflake one and then this one. This is a queen size bedspread, so I'll keep that. This, you know what, I might end up actually needing to buy blankets. I don't have as much as I thought I did, but we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. This one, this is a hard one for me. I made this. Still in really good shape. I guess since I feel like I don't have enough actually now that I'm going through them. I mean, I have sleeping bags. I didn't bring those out either because I keep those. I have 3 sleeping bags and I keep those in case one of the girls goes like camping with someone or not. Here's some more sheets, keeping those. And so anyways, I have 2 queen size. This is more like a bedspread, but I mean, you can use it for a blanket, and sometimes I'll use this on my bed in the winter. Then I have the fall one that is a comforter. I always use that one when I have guests. This is a twin. This was Francois. Still in great shape. Got it at Walmart. It's quilted. It's gray on one side, blue on the other. Keeping that. So what did I get rid of? 3? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I'm getting rid of 3. Actually 4, counting the comforter that got ruined. And yeah, getting rid of 4, keeping these plus the one upstairs. So I'm gonna, my husband and I need to, I'm gonna have him help me put stuff in the car this time. I just don't, with, you know, the whole sore throat achiness, I'm not gonna go up and down stairs today. Or maybe I'll do it in the next basement video. Who knows? So it feels good to have gotten that stuff taken care of. I'm going to sneeze. Excuse me. Well, the other day, I was going to tell you on when we went to the movie. I could not stop sneezing. I do like that these are see-through. And they go on the wood shelf in the room where all the kids' stuff is. It's not pretty, but it works. Let's see what time it is. I got like 5 or 10 minutes left. That's perfect. All right, so this is where the sheets, the blankets, the sleeping bags, and then the shelf where I have all the other stuff for when the grandkids visit. I have those in a Rubbermaid box for them, their bedding. I got this piece of wood from the basement, and then I need to bring this in. I'm kind of curious if the pine cones on top will bleach, but if not, that's fine. I could just take the ones off the top. So the big things we decluttered were the blankets and also the kitchen stuff for decanting, the storage containers. I mean, that was a huge box of storage containers. And there's a ton of stuff down there that just needs to be lifted up and out. So I'm going to ask my husband if he could plan a time to do that with me. You know, just like we do a big dump run, we really need to do a big Goodwill run. I've been taking stuff out, as you've seen, but there's just so much more down there that could go. Things I already decluttered but haven't gotten rid of. Things like chairs, guitar stool, lamps, all the things. So hopefully that will come in our next basement declutter. I don't have a garage. Oh my goodness. I'm looking forward to just relaxing the rest of the day. It's only like 2:30. So we'll see what I get into. And then hopefully tomorrow it won't be too hot in the morning and we can play outside in the garden. So let me know what you've been up to. I'd love to know. And remember, as always, that God loves you and I love you too. And I can't wait to see you next time.